Watching Dan play at the high school level was watching a man among boys. Watching him at the professional level gave me a different perspective of how difficult that task is and how hard somebody needs to work to be able to progress through the system.
He was always had a good arm, and he was left-handed. Then as we grew, he then discovered a curveball. And I think that a little bit with him was you could not tell what was his best pitch because his fastball was so good, his curveball was so good.
He was never cocky, never arrogant, but he was very, very assured of himself. There was times when we were playing games that he just knew he was going to strike people out.
You knew who he was before you saw him because of the skill he had. He was a really good pitcher. Yeah, his breaking ball was one thing that I remember often coming at me that I couldn't believe it would be coming at my head and make my knees buckle.
He's a pitcher I can't forget. He was loaded with drive and raw talent. I met him as a junior at Auburn High School. I've never seen so many scouts from major league teams ask about and come to see a player as they did Dan.
One day we were playing in South Beloit and we were up 10-0 in the 7th inning, and I was looking at Danny. He looked kind of bored, and so he's looking at me, kind of smiles, and he walks the next 3 batters, comes up, and I go up and talk to him. I said, Danny, what's going on? Are you okay? He looks at me with his little smile that I always had, and he said, I'm fine. And the next 9 pitches, he struck out the side, and the game was over. And that was kind of Danny. He could dominate at any time he wanted to.
To be able to throw no-hitters in perfect games and strike out 20 out of 21 batters, it says a lot about the dominance that he had at the high school level.
Dan was very confident. He was very reserved. He just went out there and did his job.
Being able to catch for him while he pitched, it was just perfection. If I called for a pitch, it was exactly where I wanted it. Trying to keep up with how he wanted to do things was quite a challenge, but it was a fun challenge.
He was somebody that was just talented. He didn't like to practice, loved the games. Struggled to get him to practice, but thrived to get into a game and get on the mound. So definitely the passion was there, but just the ability that he had just was by far above everybody else.
He probably had the best arm of anybody out there that I played against. I've played quite a few people in my day. He was very tough to face. His fastball never was straight. He always had a tailing fastball. So no matter what kind of beat you had on him, the ball would always move. It'd either move up, move right, move left. It's just hard to really square up his ball.
I think Dan needs to be in the Hall of Fame for a couple of reasons. One, he has obviously performed to the highest level in high school, went on into the major leagues, and then after he was done, he came back to the community, and he's working with the kids now with RBA, teaching kids and helping kids get better and having fun playing baseball. So overall, he's a Rockford guy. He's helping our community, he's helping other kids play a game he loves.
To me, he is the #1 player that I've ever seen.
Dan, I'm proud of you as a player, coach, family, man, and a friend. Thank you for being you.
I just like to congratulate him because there's no better guy that deserves it than Dan Scarpetta.